looking for journalists who are supposed to meet us here, and then we go into the bus and we take a bus to Malmo. There's only public transport that you can take to Malmo. I think that's something outstanding, and it's great. Everywhere should be only accessible by public transport. Good, we're like just 10 minutes late, so that's not too bad. We have Trevor the man, and who's our Malmo guide. And welcome on board.
You're going to be going across today and looking at what have become two of the kind of the global flagship projects which have put Malmo very much on the map with regard to sustainable urban development. So you're going to see the result of a number of years working with sustainability issues, but also with social economic development issues.
Yeah, my name is Rosalia Omungo from Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
From Shanghai Morning Post, China.
I'm from Environmental Protection Magazine in China.
I work for Good Planet Consul from France as well.
WWF France.
French magazine Nouvel Observateur.
I live from Le Mauricien in Mauritius.
IPS Africa.
I work for Enterprise Service Africa.
Kyoto, Japan, the hometown of Kyoto Protocol.
21st Century Business Herald and China.
Here, at this parking lot, here we said, here we are going to build a completely sustainable housing area. Heat from the water, from the seawater that we are using.
It's just saying, you know, all the birds and beasts will suffer in Britain because of climate change.
50% of all the installed solar energy in Sweden is in Malmo. Beehives up on the roofs here, so we produce green roof honey. Just looking at new ways in which we can use the rooftops. 25% more energy efficient than it was when it was first built in 1948. We've got a downpipe, the drain pipe emptying out into the water system. It then goes into a number of holding areas. One of them is behind you here.
Jeffrey Lee, I'm in charge of the environment for the Daily Telegraph. I happen to be staying in Malmo because I couldn't get into Copenhagen as a hotel, so it's quite a nice piece for me to do the fact that I'm staying in one green city and commuting to another.
I wanted to learn about WWF, what they have got to say on conservation, and what will they show us here. So I'm really impressed with the tour.
A walking tour in the Western Harbour area. Welcome. And the new landmark, of course, is the turning torso.
This is apparently Malmo's one of the most amazing buildings because it's got sustainable lighting, and it has this interesting system where people can dump food and it gets crushed and it then gets towed away by a truck and created into biomass. And that's pretty interesting. I wonder if I'd like to live in that building.
We still have a few black sheep, which uses way too much heat, but most of the houses can reach these levels of 105 kilowatt hours per square meter.
Walking into very colorful looking buildings of Malmo. The Western Harbour area.
There's a lot of green roofs, but a lot of this is hard to see from the street level. So therefore this is a good place to see them.
Si tu veux fort à 150 mètres en France, c'est pas évident.
We are now walking into a restaurant that is 100% organic. So no pesticides, no artificial fertilizers in this food, and it's very healthy food and yum yum.
Thank you.
This is cod from Norway, so it's organic, and it's served with mushroom sauce, potatoes, and some root vegetables.
Assistance or as climate money? Is there any news in it? And the second thing, is that money in any way linked to a longer term perspective? And finding out exactly how the China-US relations work out, knowing what is it Obama going to bring?
I found Kim's summary of how the negotiations have been going in the past week, interesting, and it's something that maybe some of us were not even exposed to in the beginning.
For us, coming from France, it's really a great place. I don't think we have the equivalent in France, and you want to visit the inside of the flats and the apartments and see what it looks like inside, how you live in such places.
The trip is good, and maybe something we learned can apply to Chinese cities in the future.
It was a move away from discussions about technical issues to the real issues that are really happening, and I was impressed by the initiatives by the Malmo city.
To tell our decision makers, it's time to go faster than they are going now. It's not only time to walk, but to run the talk now.